The attack position explained. Now this could also be called the ready position or the neutral position, but this should be your default standing position on the bike when it comes to riding technical terrain or descending. Before we get into the video, make sure you subscribed and hit that bell icon so you get a notification every time we upload a video. Right, let's talk about probably the first fundamental skill you need to learn when riding a mountain bike. Of course, there will be plenty of times when you're riding a mountain bike where the seated position is absolutely fine, you're pedaling away and all is good. But as soon as the speed starts increasing or the technicality of the terrain gets harder, then it's time to stand up and get into that attack position. As soon as you stand up off the saddle, you bring your arms and legs into the equation and they become your first source of suspension on the bike. So even if you're riding a fully rigid bike, you can use your arms and legs to dampen those forces. Now, the more technical or the steeper the terrain gets, it starts becoming much more important to get your seat out of the way. Of course, a lot of mountain bikes these days have dropper posts, and now with the saddle out of the way, you've got much more space to move around and your attack position could be much more dynamic. Now there's a couple of bike setup things that do actually affect how comfortable you might feel in that attack position. Now this might not be obvious, but they are your brake lever angle and actually the angle of your controls on the bar, so shifters and drop posts as well, and your foot position. So I'm riding flat pedals today, so my foot position could be anything really, but obviously if you're riding clips, wherever you put that cleat in your shoe, front or back, side to side, can affect how you stand on the bike. So really what you should aim for is that your ball of your foot is in line with the axle of your pedal or even slightly in front. What that does, it makes it much more comfortable to stand slightly heel down when you're in that attack position. That means your weight is nicely into the pedals rather than standing too flat and on top. Especially on flat pedals, if you are standing with your feet completely sort of level, if you get a spirit level on them, if you then bump into anything, your weight can actually start rotating in front of the pedals and start going towards the bars. So actually, I'd much rather be slightly heel down in that attack position. The same goes for your brake levers. If they're rotated all the way down, so they're quite a steep angle, can actually bring your weight up and onto the bars a little bit, or make it feel like you're really stretching for the brake levers. Now, a lot of modern mountain bikes are starting to go towards the shorter stems, even on the cross-country end of the scale. My bike has got a super short stem. What is that? It's about 35, 40 mil, I think. So it's a trail bike, short stem, wide bars, and I've got my levers nice and high, so I can get back on the bike ever so slightly. In the tap position, I really want my weight to be in the middle of the bike, but easily move to the back. With the correct setup, you can see that my heel's slightly down, and that's what I call being in the pedals rather than on top of the pedals. And same with my wrists. My wrists are actually slightly behind the bar and not on top, and that's a nice comfortable position. So the basic attack position is standing nice and tall on your bike, but with your knees slightly bent and your arms slightly bent as well. Your legs are a lot stronger than your arms, so what you need to rely on is your legs to take out those bumps and absorb those big impacts. A really important part of the attack position is making sure that your head and chin is up, so you're looking where you're going. So it really can influence where your weight is on the bike, a bit like your levers. If you're looking down, it can bring your chest forward and weight down. So really important to remember to keep your head up and scan the trail. Also, your attack position starts becoming dynamic when you start moving around the bike, when you start riding into obstacles. With my standard position, my weight is above the saddle, even though my saddle's nice and low. My hips are still here, so the weight's in the centre of the bike, sort of above the bottom bracket. Still, my shoulders are above the bar, so I'm trying to weight the wheels equally so that when it comes to cornering, I get equal grip. But as soon as I start hitting terrain, my hips start moving around to make sure my weight stays in the middle. So when I'm rolling up something, my hips will come forward to weight the front wheel, and the opposite. When I'm going down something, hips will come back, but still, if you put a plumb line for my hips, they'll go through the bottom bracket. The most basic use of the attack position is when it comes to riding terrain that gets too rough for you to sit down on and ride comfortably. And in that situation, what you need to remember is to try and actually sort of stay quite strong with your legs and arms. It's not a case of going all floppy and soaking things up, because actually you need to really force the bike forward, especially when it gets really rough. So in that case, it's trying to stay strong with your legs to keep that bike pushed forward. Back in my skills coaching days, most of the time I would call the attack position the ready position, because more often than not it's just about standing up and being strong with arms and legs and being ready for the terrain to come at you. But where to me it feels a bit more like the attack position, although it's the same thing, is when it comes to cornering, because then it's a case of trying to lower yourself to the bike a bit, and what that does, it bends your elbows out and it gives you that quite aggressive position, a bit more moto style. And in that case, all you're trying to do is get your center of gravity as low as you can, so that means you're going to corner better, but also it then gives you a bit of somewhere to go. So like this corner, I need to push my front wheel down off this bump to get into the corner quickly. And if you're too tall and your arms are straight, then you haven't got anywhere to push. So the lower you get to the bike, the more you can influence the bike and push it into the terrain. And that's when, to me, it feels more like the attack position. This part of the trail is quite a good example of where I'm just using my attack position, standing quite nice and tall on the bike, braking effectively, using my arms and legs strong, so I'm braking hard to keep the bike in front of me. Then when it comes to this step, I'm lowering my hips so that when I drop off it, I can push the bike down to the ground. It's a bit like pumping, but I've got to get low, otherwise a bit like the cornering thing. If I'm stood tall, I've got nowhere to push. So as I drop over this, I'm lowering myself, push my arms down, and then pushing my legs. So my bike tries to stay in contact with the ground as much as possible, so I can keep braking, keep cornering, things like that. Whilst it's good to move around a lot like that, and you will do on the trail, it's good to move back to that default position of the attack position, because if you stay too low on the bike, then you sort of remove any ability then to soak anything up, because you're already low. You can't then use your legs to soak up any bumps. So back to the default position when you don't need to be down on the bike, and then you're ready for anything. That's probably skill number one when it comes to mastering riding mountain bikes on proper terrain. There's plenty more videos like this in the how-to playlist on our YouTube. Loads of fundamental skills there. If you're struggling with any, leave us a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up.